Still running your business on sticky notes? Still serving PTA flyer vibes with free word templates? Still stuck in that comfy little 2013 tech bubble for your business? AI called. It saw your workflow systems and it cried. Guess what? Your brand's in therapy now. Yeah, that comfort zone might be costing you more than you think. The Hello LLC welcomes you to go from chaos to clarity. We've been talking AI since before it was trendy, but now we're showing you how to actually use it. Real business use cases, automation hacks, and AI strategies that scale your brand now and set you up for the future. This is the AI Edge, powered by the Hello LLC. Streaming live every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time from the Hello Plaza, our Metaverse HQ. Yep, join the Metaverse from your phone, laptop, iPad, even grandma's VR headset if she'll let you use them. Or if you're still holding on, catch us on the crusty, dusty 2D social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Either way, press the button, and let's upgrade. From chaos to clarity, let's work smarter, not harder. Buckle up, buttercups, and let's explore the AI Edge.
Into the AI Edge show, where we turn fear and fuel into chaos into clarity. You know what it is. So today's truth bomb is the financial world is changing, and it's changing fast. And if you guys don't know, if you ain't changing with it, you will get left behind. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So from Wall Street giants to small business hustlers and entrepreneurs in between, AI and tokenization is where we're rewriting the rules of ownership, money, opportunity, and business. So guys, buckle up, because by the end of today's show, we're going to either be a part of the revolution or you're going to be a part of a case study everybody talking about. So, hi, welcome in. Let's get this conversation started. I'm here with my amazing co-host, Mr. Jones. Hi, Mr. Jones.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well and amazing. We are so excited for today's show. We have been talking about AI. We've been talking about Metaverse. We've been talking about everything up underneath the moon, and we figured we should bring back the crypto, fintech, tokenization, especially now that it is on everybody's forefront, and you're probably getting emails, you're probably getting accountants, you're probably getting consultants, you're probably getting your best friend, you're probably getting your dog, your cat, that's pointing at all this amazing new technology. And that's really what we're bringing to the forefront, especially for you business owners, you entrepreneurs, you forward-thinking tech gurus that are dealing with money. It is time to learn about this new age of money that is here in our forefront. And you have the best person on planet Earth. I can promise you and assure you that Tara will be able to knock this out of the park, whether she goes 100 degrees high or just comes down to lower level Earth for some of those of us that cannot understand the just basics of it. So we're excited for this. I'm excited for this. I always love it when I get to hear Tara talk about this fintech, because she gets excited like I get excited about Metaverse. And so we're excited about this conversation today. And if you guys don't know, it is AI plus tokenization, the new frontier. Today, if you don't know, is October 14th. We got 17 days until Halloween. We got 52 days until Thanksgiving. We got 80 days until Christmas, and we got 86 days until the end of the year is up. And so please believe the year is not done. It's not over with. Whatever goals, whatever aspirations, whatever you told yourself last year that you wanted to do, you got 86 days to do it. And I promise you, you can do it if you put your head down and you really concentrate on it and you start making the movement towards that. And don't sell yourself on excuses. Look, everybody has a good excuse. Everybody has a good reason, but let me help you out. Excuses do not create results. Excuses do not create execution. And that's where you really have to get into, is executing the things every single day and being disciplined about them. And that's why we're having this amazing conversation, so you can be disciplined about learning this new technology. Because as Tara said from the beginning, you either get along or you get left behind. And we say that with all love, with all kindness, because so often we get, I got somebody that came into our messages the other day, and he said, you're fear mongering people, you're fear mongering people, you're scaring people, and I'm like, no, we're not scaring people at all. We're telling people the truth of what's to come, and we continue to show people the facts, the stats, where you can't get into your emotions, you can't get into your feelings, and you're really able to allow this factual information show up right there in front of you. And so I know I'm excited and really being able to understand what is the new financial frontier.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you got a whole bunch of stuff on that, but I really want to go down to the nitty gritty, the basics of it before Tara takes over and takes y'all on this magical ride, on this journey of fintech. And so when we talk about the new financial frontier, this is nothing more than a shift from how money and assets and ownership works. It's driven by AI. So that's why we're definitely having this conversation, and blockchain and tokenization. AI is nothing more that is a trained computers to think and learn like humans. It's a learning model. It's a baby. And that's why we share with you guys, you communicate with it and it will give you back just as well as you communicate. So AI and finance is going to be able to help us predict the markets. It's going to help us detect fraud. And so that alone should be an eye opener of why we want to be able to implement AI. When we talk about blockchain, blockchain is nothing more than digital record system that stores information. So really, in all honesty, guys, your bank is going away. Your bank is nothing more than a middleman. You can't go to Wells Fargo, you can't go to Bank of America and say, open up your books. Let me see what you're doing with all this money, and let me see where it's going. The blockchain will all be able to do that and see where the money is going. You won't be able to touch it, but you'll be able to see where it's going. And then tokenization. Tokenization is really turning real world things into digital tokens, because we continue to share with you guys, we're moving to a digital worldwide network where you can network with people from all around the world. And so that's where this tokenization comes into place, where it makes it easier to buy, to sell, to trade, to invest for everyone, not just one particular person. And so that's why we're having these conversations and really being able to get you guys caught up to speed of these basic terms that you just don't go. Like we hear people all the time say, oh, I'm using AI, and come to find out they're just using Chat GPT. And they think that's the king of AI, and they're not utilizing the other 35 million tools that are out there that are AI that they could be implementing in their business, and let alone they don't even much know how to use Chat GP well enough. And yet they're telling you guys about AI. So that in itself is where we really want to be able to educate you guys and have these conversations for you to understand this and really understand the tokenization in the blockchain, all of these things merge together. So I'll stop right there as I gave people, a little bit of the basics of what in each and every single last one of these are. So when we do start talking about these things, people can be able to differentiate, between, oh, blockchain is this, oh, tokenization is this, oh, AI is this. And so we can merge these things together. And look, we encourage you guys and we want you guys to come into the metaverse and be able to have a conversation with us in the metaverse, that you can join us from your cell phone and you can be a part of this immersive experience and talk and engage, so you guys aren't typing as you are on LinkedIn. I know I'd be tired of typing, make sure I type the right thing. I didn't got no auto corrections or anything of that sort where I got to go and edit, and it just becomes a big headache, where you can literally come in the metaverse and hit the unmute button and talk with us as if you were here. And it takes us back to the old school audio rooms that people want it to go back to, and you can do that and more. So we encourage you guys, press the button, come inside and join us. And we definitely want to thank all of you guys that have joined us on the old school traditional networks, which is fine, but we want you guys to make that leap and not to where you're going to be forced, like a lot of people were forced to learn Zoom when the pandemic happened. Don't be forced. Enjoy the progression. So those of you on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, we want to thank you guys all for joining us, and definitely we'll go through some of these actual comments and things of that sort. But love, what you got in the meantime as I go through these?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome on in, everybody. It's great to see everybody in here. I know we got Miss Sharon in here. It's great to see you, Miss Sharon. Thank you for being here from Phoenix. Hey, Miss Chietza. If y'all missed Miss Chietza's grand opening and Business in a Box launch and her blueprint launch that she had a couple Saturdays ago, it was phenomenal. It was in the metaverse. She will be doing some more shows and more conversations from the metaverse and sharing the African AI auntie and more about what she's doing and helping others. So it's so good to see you, ma'am. And Miss Lisa, it's so good to have you. Y'all, if you don't know, if you know somebody, if you are a human, you need to just go listen to Miss Lisa's room. Why? Because someone you loved or yourself is affected by the lovely change in womanhood called menopause. I know.
I definitely know.
We know. And it's okay. And I love that Miss Lisa has her room because it's a conversation that needs to be had. There's so many aspects. You guys, it is just an intriguing and area of subject to dive in of all the wonders of the world. Women. Fun. Anywho, I say that in all love and light because it is, what are you going to do? Get mad at the journey? You can't change it, so you might as well just buckle up, buttercup, and laugh. And here we go. So thanks, Miss Lisa. If you guys need to jump in and dive in and listen to her conversation, it is absolutely awesome. Hi, Miss Elizabeth. It's great to see you here. I'm actually excited to hear about this. Yes. Well, we will keep this conversation to an hour, but I could talk about this
20 hours
conversation for a long time, especially when there's an interested audience or people who have questions, because the eagerness and willingness to want to learn. And what happens, and like David shared, the basics, what happens is something, whether it's another person, it's an influencer off of YouTube or TikTok or Instagram that you saw that was talking about something within the cryptocurrency fintech space. You're new, you don't really know, you were intrigued by something they said, you got more intrigued by more they talked, and then it didn't, maybe you had a bad experience or somebody else had a bad experience in it. We know that. We did too when we were in cryptocurrency in the very, very, very beginning. And that is the catalyst that actually caused me to get very curious because I realized cryptocurrency is not going away. Fintech, the whole financial technology world is not going away. We have PayPal, we have Stripe, we have Venmo, we have Cash App, we have all of these, payment platforms that we can use now and pay individuals and companies all around the world. But so we know financial technology is already here. We're already utilizing it. And I realized cryptocurrency is not going to go away either. It might not be what everybody thinks it's going to be, but there's going to be a root source of us utilizing this in the future because this really makes spending money with other businesses, spending money with our sharing or transferring money between each other and family members and friends if you're having a social event or whatever it is, and being able to get money to other people or other entities in a quick hurry in a fashion and not cost you an arm and a leg. I say that because we all know, we've all heard of the conversation of people, going to the States, working in the States, whether they're sending money back to a Latin country, whether they're sending money back to an African country, a European country, an Asian country, doesn't matter whether they're sending money outside of the United States, period. MoneyGram and Telegram and all of those. Telegram is not a MoneyGram, it's MoneyGram. But anyways, MoneyGram can be very costly. And now there's ways to be able to send money, and get it into a form that can be sent like that in a hurry for next to nothing. I was listening to a conversation the other day of a cryptocurrency, a fintech community, and they were actually talking about moving about $20,000 from point A to point B. They were able to do that for point 1, 2, I think he said it was 3 zeros and a 1. So 0.0001. So that's 400 of a cent. So less than a cent, way less than a cent, for $20,000, and it was instant. It was there within 5 seconds. That's instant within the cryptocurrency fintech community. So I share all that, and this is why David says, I can get very long-winded, is because it's good for us to know this. It's good for us to understand the information. It's good for us to understand that the people that are sharing this information are also educating themselves. And anything that we share with you guys, this is not financial advice. This is a financial conversation to how best strategically place yourself with your business and how it's tying in, and it is being one-on-one with AI, Web3 spaces, VR, virtual reality, augmented reality, how all of this is going to intertwine within the world you live in today. So this is the conversation we're having today. This is not about, hey, go buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. No, that's not what type of conversation is. There's 100 million other people out there that are doing it, that are a lot more advanced in the technical analysis of doing that, and that's what they specialize in. This conversation is about what is going on, what's happening, and what's in the news. So speaking of the news, let's jump into the first article that we have today.
Yeah.
That is about cryptocurrency. It's the crypto race to tokenize stocks. Raises investors protection, and is intriguing. It's getting the big boys' attention, is essentially what is happening. So crypto firms like Robinhood, Gemini, Kraken, Coinbase, all of those large exchanges, crypto exchanges is what they're called. Think of it as like a NASDAQ, and that's funny I say NASDAQ because we will be talking about NASDAQ next, but that's how big this is getting. The big boys are here. They are accelerating their efforts to issue tokenization. What is tokenization? So tokenization is essentially, let's use the cell phone that you guys are probably all listening to us from, or the iPad or the computer, whatever electronic device that you're listening to this amazing show. That is a asset. That is a physical asset you have. In the very near future, Apple will be able to utilize a financial rail system, which is in place, and that's a whole deeper level, but we don't need to get into that deep. So there's a financial rail system that we already use right now, that they'll be able to say, essentially, I want to take a coin, the Apple coin, and for this Apple coin that has this ID, special ID, it's like a social security number. It's like a social security number for yourself, a serial number for anything other asset. It's a unique code that it will have, and it will be tied to that cell phone, and it will be then placed within the financial system. So the asset, the value of that asset will be placed within a contract. Now, that could be a physical coin, Apple, or it could be a physical NFT, a non-fungible token, an asset, or a contract, whatever packaging they put it in. But let's all just call it a coin for right now. So all of you listening that are experts in this field, don't come for me. I am, sharing this from a layman's term, from a basic standpoint. And so point being is that they will tie one cell phone to one NFT coin, non-fungible token, that will then say wherever this goes, it has a receipt. It's like a tracking device of the asset. But the reason why it's important is that it will live within the blockchain, which the blockchain is the record. It's, it is where everything, every transaction, every account, every move, make, or model that happens, and it is recorded. This would then go within that, and Tara Bush walks into the Apple store, and I buy this Apple phone, and when they sell it to me, I have a digital ID that is now associated to my fingerprint or my facial ID, whatever, just like you already open up your iPhone with your facial ID. It'll be assigned to that. Now this phone will live, the ownership will live within my realm of digital asset contracts portfolio. Everything in my household will have the same thing: a TV, a car, a house, a bed, furniture, your dishes, your pots and pans, your refrigerator, your microwave, your appliances. Everything will be tokenized and assigned, and an owner will be signed, much like a car title is assigned to a car. So that way, when you sell that car, that title has to be transferred over to the car dealership or the other person you're selling it to. That is exactly what is happening. So now we're going to have a title that's going to be in some sort of record. So now when it transfers, when I sell this phone from Tara Bush to David Jones, that now I transfer ownership to him, and he now has assets, in his asset portfolio that lives on the blockchain under his digital ID. Now, why is all that important? Why is crypto rates, why is the crypto rates for large institutions, tokenizations, and the stocks happening? Why are they growing this why are they intrigued in this growing market that is outpacing every other market right now? The cryptocurrency market, that is, the fintech market. Why is this important? Because at the end of the day, when anything comes up, just for instance, you have a deed on your house, you have a title to your car, it shares with them that you own it and that the bank financed you, and it lists who's the owner and who's who's your lender, right? I know, jargon, technical jargon, we're just using it loosely here, but it shares with you who that is. That's the same thing that's going to happen. Guess what? When a division of assets needs to happen for one case or another, whether it's a division through a bankruptcy, a division of a business, whether it's a division through a divorce on a personal side, whether it's a division through an 18-year-old, a child turning 18 and going into their own, digital ID, what comes down is that asset is clearly identified at who it owns to, just like the car, just like the house that we already have records on. And now we're able to move that tokenization that through the records of that are being kept, so that way it falls underneath the right portfolio. So long story short is we're just digitalizing the title of your car, and everything else is now going into a system like that. And it is important because now asset management from a supplier's end, a business, let's go back to Apple. Apple knows, yeah, we sold these phones, but after we sold it to the so-and-so, Joe and Jane Doe out of the store, when they went and got a new one, they kept the old one. They transferred. They gave the AT&T or Verizon their old one, and they put it in their stock, and now AT&T and Verizon owns it. But because there's no tracking that happens, there's no way to be able to identify where that asset moves. So there's more data, there's more analytics that come from being able to be the business owner, the vendor, the provider, to go, oh, this phone has an average age with the first owner for 3 years, and then they trade it in, and it's with the second owner for another. It allows these analytics and this data, which we know data is king. data is king, this is what happens. So yes, there's a conversation that can be had for good, bad, or indifferent. We're not getting into that. But the gist of this is that large cryptocurrency firms, large institutions, large, corporations are coming in and saying it is time for us to pay attention to this cryptocurrency, the fintech space. How do we tokenize our assets, what our products, what we produce? How do we put this into a system that can then be tracked, aka AI, and that allows us to move through the ability to have a system that not only works for you, but for there's more clarity. And as we know, you turn the chaos into clarity, which is what we do here at the AI Edge Show. It then brings in data analytics that not only help them, but it helps you as well. And so this is not just for, the corporation or, the big boxes. This is also for you, and why it is important as a business owner, whether you are 2 employees, 10 employees, 20 employees, or 200 employees, why you need to understand how tokenization is going to fit into your portfolio, your strategy, and how you will move forward to utilize that. You might be a solopreneur right now and think, I don't need to know any of this. Let me tell you something. We already accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. There are a handful of other companies out there that do it as well. Now, the thing about it is recording it properly so that way you record it for the paperwork procedures on the backside, right? To make sure you're legit. But outside of that, why would you not accept an asset that you could then, if you want to turn it into gold, you can move it out of, say, Bitcoin and move it into physical gold and buy gold with it, or turn it into US dollar and put it into your bank account. You could do so many different things with it, or let that asset sit there and appreciate instead of unlike the US dollar. So that is the race. That is what Reuters is talking about here within this conversation of why, what's going on. As tokenization moves into mainstream retail, clarity is happening. Investors are becoming curious and realizing that, hey, we need to bust a move before we get left behind. Mr. Jones, what's your thoughts on the tokenization of companies and why it's important for us to as a small business or a medium-sized business to understand how it impacts?
Well, first of all, like Miss Elizabeth shared on here, she said she loved, the tokenization example, like the chocolate cake. That you don't have to buy the whole entire chocolate cake. You and your friends can buy, slices of the cake, and everybody can see it on the blockchain, and then it becomes a token, and that's where the AI helps you even further. So thank you, Elizabeth, for that great explanation. You guys make sure you're following each other, you're supporting one another. We're in this room spending our time with each other. It's just like being in a Zoom. It's just like being in a hotel room, in a conference room. You just wouldn't ignore that person sitting next to you. You'll say hi, ask them where they're from, ask them what they're doing, probably exchange business cards, reach out to them. No different here. And the same things that you're asking for could be the exact thing that's in this room. That person that you're looking at their comment, you're looking at that post, and we all get that invitation through LinkedIn or through Facebook or Instagram or Twitch or X, and we see these people and we ignore them or we don't respond, and it could be exactly what you were looking for. And because we don't say yes, because we get in our own way, because we allow fear to stop us, we don't say yes. And so often we're saying no, right, to the things that we should be saying yes to, and vice versa. So as we talk about, this article, it really is sharing with us that, it's here. And these bigger companies are already investing in it. So it's not like it was last year or 2 years ago when tokenization first came out.
Yeah.
You have big companies like, Robinhood, like Gemini, like Coinbase, like Kraken that are launching these tokenization stocks. And so it's leading us to being able to trade 24/7 instantaneously. Settlement, with lower costs, as you were talking about, which then, in details, these amazing cryptos. The market, right, is expanding quickly than we can possibly imagine. People have to understand, we always talk about follow the money, follow the money, follow the money. Well, let me help you out with something. $412 million, right, has been flown into the market for tokenization just from a couple of years ago, from just a year ago. Just a few $1 million was put into tokenization. And so this, once again, is where we continue to share with you guys that it's not, whether you invest into it or not. It's kind of like when checks, were the only thing. And then there was this Visa card that came around, and people that were using Visa cards got a whole lot better deals, and they got to go through the lines a whole lot faster. They got all these points back. They got to accumulate all these points, and we're in that same pathway, right, of being able to use this crypto. And for a business owner, I'm gonna let you know right now, yes, please pay me in Bitcoin. Please pay me in altcoins. That right now, prime example, Bitcoin is hovering around, let's see here, Bitcoin right now is at 110,000 per Bitcoin. Bitcoin high has been at 125,000. Imagine somebody paying me right now 110,000 in Bitcoin, 111,000 now. It jumped up just that much, right? Just in that seconds. That now that same 111,000 Bitcoin that you gave me today is now worth 125,000 or 150,000 or 200,000 later on. So this blows my mind that business owners and entrepreneurs, or should I say smaller entrepreneurs, because these big boys are getting into it faster than you can possibly imagine, because they're seeing the value of how the assets increase. And so many of us are scared. And as we talk with Leah Garcia, financial literacy is caught, not taught. So many people are about to be left behind the 8 ball and not understand you're utilizing an old check when there's a new Visa card out here that you could be utilizing.
Let me just tack on top of that. If anybody listening to this conversation follows cryptocurrency in any shape, form, or any way, that the last week that we have been through, the last 7 days that we have went through, has absolutely been volatile. Now, a lot of people don't understand why that volatility has happened. And David was just sharing, well, pay us in Bitcoin, pay us in an altcoin, pay us in Ethereum. And that way, it's going to go up. And then there's somebody that's always going to say, well, it could go down. Absolutely. And if you've been a part of watching the market for the last 7 days, you saw it take a drastic dump. And now it's climbing back up. That volatility, exactly what David's just screaming is Gaiaka. If you don't know what that is basically from Godzilla. It's a line. Him and his sister are movie buffs. And it's a line in there that's basically like, oh my God, help. And that's exactly what's happened over the last couple of days. Is because the short, sweet, and simple is the bottom fell out and it tanked. And everything's coming back. Now here's the golden goose, y'all. This is never financial advice, but let me share with you what happens. What just happened was a financial shakeout. The big boys, the institutionals, the big banks, the big guys, the ones that all your money and does all the lending, and the Fannie Mae's and the Freddie Macs and all of those guys, they are getting into this race. And what just happened over the past few days was a institutional shakeout. They literally are shaking out the retail investors to be able to move things into a more industrial, commercial way. What does that mean? They're getting in the ball game, guys. And when I say a shakeout happens, they're not going to buy an asset when it's $5. They're going to buy an asset when it's $1, right? And so that's what I say, the shakeout. It means that they're coming in to buy low. So the big dip that you just saw was proof that it is the big boys coming in to buy. How do you know it's proof? Because just like David shared, the blockchain has record. It keeps the record. There are people that are able to go out there, the technical analysis, and they are able to see that. So what does this come back to? The big boys are here. They are ready to tokenize. They're buying these assets so they can move their assets, their products within the tokenization to do just like what, Elizabeth shared, just like what I was sharing, where this now becomes the ability for people to utilize this within their AI systems, within their metaverse ecosystems. Pretty soon, you're going to have a metaverse ecosystem like the Hello Plaza that you're watching us on right now, that you're going to be able to come in. And right now, you can go into a 2D website and make a purchase. But here, very shortly, you're going to be able to purchase within the community or the world that you're living in and that you're building in, that your community's in, to where now I come in, I bought that iPhone that was tokenized that I was just talking about. Well, I can now buy that in the metaverse. It is an actual tokenized asset that now when I hit pay, and I pay through my little Hello Plaza Metaverse coin, and it goes to the Apple store, and they ship it out, and it shows up on my doorstep from the local Apple distribution within Bangkok, Thailand, from a little drone. Bada bing, bada boom. We're now into the world where it is becoming all of the ecosystem. And this is what David and I talk about. AI is connected to fintech. Fintech is connected to Web3. It will all be interchangeable. Right now, it is systematically the individual systems that you look at that people talk about. And if you don't know or understand the larger picture that's happening, that is where you as a business owner need to understand where we're going in the next 5 years, so how you can strategically place yourself, strategize, and have the knowledge. Yes, Mr. Jim.
And that goes straight into the question, that Chieta is asking here now. I'm wondering how this will affect payment systems, business to business, currently working in the fintech, where we share AI-powered software process systems to vendors with almost 100% accurate. Curious to learn how tokenization, as you are explaining, Tara, will affect how bills are paid business to business and how fintech companies will accommodate evolutions. Great question, Chieta. And that's kind of, what we were just talking about, that's what this tokenization allows us to do. It allows us to turn real world things to digital assets, to buy, to sell, to trade, to everyone around the world. And that's what these networks, and that's what all of these systems that we continue to share with you guys, that Tara was just talking about, that most people are just piecing these things together. They think they know about blockchain. They think they know about AI. They think they know about tokenization. They think they know about metaverse, and they're keeping them all in these little silos, not understanding that they all are merging together. And this is where we shared. I was just thinking this earlier today. When we first start talking about metaverse, no lie, ChatGPT came out, and it really took away the conversation from metaverse. Like, everybody was talking about metaverse, and then this thing called ChatGPT came out, and AI came out, and holy shit, everybody switched over to this AI and ChatGPT, and metaverse kind of got put on the back burner. And ChatGPT took over for about a good 2-3 years, and now here we are. We're now back at the forefront to where AI is merging in with metaverse. As I shared with people, hey, AI is going to be able to help you create at the speed of thought. You're going to be able to go into the metaverse and create this and do this and do this and build this for me. And that's what AI can be able to do through generative AI. Now you get to come into metaverse, and now that's what we're talking about, tokenizations with everything that's in this actual, network, or the space that we're in. And then that's where the actual financial system comes into place, aka fintech, aka crypto, aka all these tokens that we're talking about, that a lot of these tokens will get, displaced as we move forward. But that's not what this conversation is about. This is just to let you guys know the fundamentals of how you as a business owner, you as a small business owner, you as a network marketer, you as a person that has your own job, that has all these amazing ideas, and know you want to start your own business, and you need to learn. And the best way to learn, I'm going to tell you right now, stop trying to think of all this shit and just dip your foot in and just start doing it, because everything you planned out, everything that you thought was going to go the way that you think it's going to go, it's not. And the only
Y2K.
It's not. I promise you, it's not going to go the way.
Y2K did not go the way you thought it was going
It
to
did
go.
not. It did not. So this is where we share with people. Stop trying to learn. Stop trying to listen to this Joe Blow. Stop trying to listen to 20 cooks in the kitchen, and get your ass in the kitchen and get that skillet and burn your hand and get popped by the grease and start doing it. And then you'll start learning how to cook. I promise you, you will get better. And if you need some help, right, and some guidance, we know this great place called the Hello LLC that can be able to help you guys out. But before we go into this next article, because we definitely extended that first article quite a bit, we want to share this video with you guys and really, continue the concept of showing you guys how this AI is changing so much as we sit here and go from week to week. If you guys aren't following us on social media, I don't know what you're doing, where you've been, but check this video out on how the progression of AI is changing.
Absolutely. So there you go. There's the evolution that's happening right in front of your face. And that's literally what I was just sharing, is the evolution that's happening within the fintech and the cryptocurrency space. You don't know these. The common person doesn't know that there was just a dip in the market. They just think, oh, there's a dip in the market because there was tariffs that were announced, right? Just like the evolution that's happening here, that's an evolution that's happening that most people don't know. They think that it's something else, and they don't realize that this is a part of the ultimate game. And they think, well, I'm a business owner, I don't really need to worry about the market, the cryptocurrency market. We get it. But you have to really pull yourself up to the 30, 40, 50,000 foot level view and look at this as a whole picture, which is what we're sharing with everybody, is how this is all intertwined, how this will work, how the next 5 years is going to, transform everything. And a lot of people have no clue what is up. So as we jump into this next article here, NASDAQ, like, that is what we're talking about. The big boys are here. This means if the big boys are a part of it, it means your life, everyday life, will also have this aspect, this fintech, this cryptocurrency, a part of it. You are no longer going to be able to hide and say, I'm not interested. That's above my head. I'll just stick with the dollar bill. Absolutely. But NASDAQ is here to play, which means will be affected as well. So they recently filed a proposal with the U.S. SEC, if you don't know who that is, the Security Exchange Commission, to permit trading with tokenized versions of securities, i.e. stocks and EFTs, on the main market. The plan is for tokenized and traditional forms to coexist under the same regulatory rule book. So if you know anything about what's been going on, the short, sweet, and simple is we don't have regulations within the cryptocurrency fintech market. So a lot of people think it's foo-foo, it's boo-boo, it's not going to do anything because there are not regulations. But because the big boys are here, and yes, I keep on emphasizing that because we have to understand now that they are a part of this game, now that they are playing this game, this means you will have to play this game regardless if you want to or not. This is where we're talking about do not be the blockbuster. Show up so you can understand how you get in tune with this and understand that when NASDAQ dives in, they're going to be regulating the exchange entry. So what's going to happen? The regulations are coming down the pipeline. That means once regulations show up, then other businesses, PayPal, Stripe, Venmo, Cash App, all of these payment processors, your bank can now start offering not only products, but services around these entities, which now means you no longer became the provider. You're now the person they're selling to. You're the retail prospect. And that is what we're sharing with you guys, is to make sure that you're looking at this from a business strategic point of view and not from a retail point of view of how you're going to be the retail prospect for their products and services and how you can actually implement this into your business structure and learn or identify what and how it works for you, right? It might be the fact that you just accept you provide, for instance, one of our clients that we were just speaking with yesterday, she helps within the vows and helping vow renewals and helping people write their vows. She can now offer that service and accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. She might never use cryptocurrency
with her biz in a box.
Yeah, right in her biz in a box, just like we are. And a lot of people, she might never use it for any other thing, but accepting a form of payment. And that's okay because you're being a part of the wave that's moving forward and not get left behind. So back to NASDAQ. They're regulating exchange entry. This would be where the first major moves by leading stock exchanges formally embrace the tokenization at a large scale. The security rights. NASDAQ emphasizes that the token's representations must preserve the same material rights within votings and dividends and all of the structures that the current stocks and securities that are on the NASDAQ are treated with as equivalent of traditional securities or other classified differently and have regulations around it. Short, sweet, and simple, regulatory framework so people know how to move forward. And a lot of times businesses don't move forward because the lack of regulations, because they don't want nothing to do so they don't get in trouble. That's smart. That's a smart business move. There's nothing wrong with that. But also, don't shut down something that is going to be very prominent within your business ecosystem here within the next now to 5 years, just because the regulation framework is not around it. Get curious, learn how, understand how you can be on the sidelines, position yourself to when regulations do show up, you can now be in the ball game on the field. So NASDAQ is here, right? Last but not least, this is a signal that tokenization is migrating from the innovative pilot program into the mainstream infrastructure. And that is the key. We are moving from the what if to the here we are. It is loud and clear. So, Mr. Jones, what do you think about NASDAQ moving into this? Before I pass this mic over to you, one thing I wanted to add on real quick about the tokenization with the NASDAQ is when she had to ask the question that, because this all lends back into it, about like paying bills and being paid, receiving a salary, or being paid from a business, whether you're paying your employees or you're an employee receiving a pay. This all comes down to where your time is tokenized. Your time will be tokenized, meaning they can pay you by per minute, and then you can turn around and pay for the per minute usage of energy that you use. It all will break down within a tokenization, and NASDAQ will be an integral part. Mr. Jones, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'll say it the simplest way I got it was we're going from stocks and bonds and actual, shares to now, when we look at, NASDAQ and we look at, stock for Chevron and stock for Apple. Now NASDAQ is saying, hey, this tokenization with all the stuff, we're about to bring this stuff on here as well onto this network. And so it's really being, put all on this centralized, network. And of course, this not done right now, but they are telling you where we're going. So when we sit there and we say, hey, businesses don't wait until they've already got everything in place, and then you're stuck behind trying to figure out what blockchain is, what AI is, what tokenization is, when you could be learning these things now and you could be implementing these things in your business right now, other than waiting till later. How many times have we
or
waited?
Having a strategy
Yeah.
for when you're ready to get on the field.
Exactly. So
Yep.
how many times have we waited till it's too late, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, it's a huge overhaul. And we all know, from a business, from an entrepreneur, from any standpoint, you do not want that large overhaul. So you need to be knowledgeable about these things. And this is why we continue to stress that please do not have your head in the sand. I was just watching this Instagram article on this truck driver that was showcasing to on the shipyards that truck drivers are gone. They now have automatic truck drivers that these shipping companies are now implementing, and truck drivers are now, and he was saying, you need to find a way to get into AI and to retool and to restructure. And I know my father, I know Tara's family are huge blue collar workers. And this is something that we've been sharing. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be stuck and are going to be in their mindset more than anything, in their mind, and unwilling to change. And that's really what this conversation is about, to be upfront and honest. Forget all this tokenization, AI, fintech, forget all that technical guru shit. You need to get your mindset that shit is changing and the old ways aren't going to work. And the old things that you used to know don't apply now. So you got to be able to be a baby and really relearn these things and go back and ask ChatGPT, hey, how many days is it till Halloween? Hey, how many days is it until Thanksgiving? My ass didn't have to sit here and get a calendar and count these days out. I was literally able to ask ChatGPT. It gave it back to me, and now I'm knowledgeable as ever. And I've cut my time down into seconds just by learning how to utilize these things and let that be an example into our everyday lives. And so really, I hope that hit home to somebody. I hope you guys share. I hope you guys like. I hope you guys comment. Continue to comment on our rooms, and really, take this information and just don't listen to it, but actually bust a move and press the button. If you do not know, Hello stands for helping entrepreneurs leverage leading edge optimizations. We want more for you than from you at the end of the day. And everything that we talk about, we are highly invested in. We are doing it. We're just not using Chat GPT and one AI video app. We're utilizing so many tools, it gets confusing at some point, and forget about the tools that we just learned last week because there's a new one. And so we continue to share these things with you guys. And I shared this last week. We came from network marketing and healthcare and wellness. And wellness. We've had to learn so many different things. We went from wellness to solar to websites to now AI to fintech.
Y'all, David.
And, I mean, we just don't stop.
Within the first 6 months of us starting our business nearly 10 years ago in network marketing and the wellness side, David made a statement of, we're going to be the #1 health and technology company in the world one day. And I looked at him and go, we don't do anything in technology. What are you talking about? Never say never. Never say never. It's the same thing I posted on my TikTok about if you don't travel, Hello Travels on TikTok to see our adventures. But it's as an 11-year-old, the life I live today, traveling the world, was what I always dreamed of. Never say never. I think a lot of times we think that we've lost our dreams or we lost what's happened. David, making that statement, and I'm looking at him like, you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We're in the wellness. We're never going to be in technology. And here we are where, yes, we still have our wellness sector. We still offer that. We still have clients and customers on that end. But we are now 100%, as you guys know, within the technology side of sharing Web3, AI, and fintech things with you guys. And it's just amazing to look back and remember those things and understand that your words are powerful. So I just want to throw that in there, Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
Sharing that, just how far we have come.
Yeah, and to some of these notes in here, because I definitely don't want to leave you guys hanging here, because I know there's some long messages in here, and I know that takes some time, so I definitely want to give you guys some love. So Ms. Sharon says, Cash does that too, but nobody knows, pays attention outside the industry. People trade paper for a career. International currency, is over 100 years ago. And functional isn't new. Classic supply and demand is driving market value. Absolutely, Ms. Sharon, right? Ms. Sharon says, are they merging IME tokens backwards compatibility? I'm pretty sure they are. And this is the great thing, right? That we get to have these conversations and we get to, go and research these things and find these things out, because I'm going to tell you, Tara's going to tell you, we're not experts in none of this stuff. We know a little bit about it. We know a lot about it. Tara knows a lot about this than I do. You can hear the passion in her voice when it comes to this. But, we will find out. Elizabeth says, trading like the olden days. Facts. Right, Keith, Chris, welcome on in. Welcome on in. What do we have here? And then we got Ms. Sharon. Respect your conviction, David. Thank you. Appreciate it. Couldn't do it without the other half. And then we got Ms. Sharon coming back. She says, point is concept isn't new, only execution involved, delivery change. Yes, ma'am. And then Sharon says, David, sad that we're accused of fear mongering, educating. Look, people are going to have their own, thought process and their own energy and their own emotions and their own trauma and their own drama around things. And that's why I say financial literacy is caught, not taught, because a lot of the times, and I'll be honest, when I did see crypto, when I did see fintech, I would get intimidated by it because I didn't know what it was. I heard about the scams. I heard about people saying it was this, it was that. But when I actually sat my ass down and went to go do some research and understood that, millions and billions of dollars are not getting thrown into this AKA fake digital money, which blows my mind. Half the people right now listening to our asses don't have $100 in your damn purse, wallet, or anything, talking about you don't believe in crypto or you don't believe in fintech, when your ass has a piece of plastic, right? You got it on your phone, you got it on your watch. Some people in Sweden now got it in their arm. And so this just blows my mind that we're already there and we're selling ourselves, that we're not moving forward into utilizing this digital, frontier and this new financial frontier when it's on your phone. Some people don't even much have a wallet anymore. It's on their watch. It's everywhere. So we're there. And so thank you all for joining and being with us today. These messages go on and on and on. I greatly appreciate you guys joining us. You guys make sure you definitely follow each other, and we'll come back and give you guys some love in these posts for sure. But other than that, one of the things that I wanted to definitely share, because we share the serious side and of this. You guys know we always have a funny side to this as well. And so, you guys, if you have not been paying attention to this Sora 2.0, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under. I don't know if you haven't been following us or what, but we're definitely about to give you guys a little crash course on what the Sora can do and really how it is changing the game with everything that we do. So check out this funny video, laugh with us, cry with us, be scared with us, but check this out.
Trick or treat. Come closer and I'll give you a real scare.
Good treat.
Jesus Christ, that's the best Queen costume I've ever seen.
Costume? This ain't no costume. Now, if you don't give the Queen a king-size candy bar, I'm going to have the government seize your fucking property.
My word.
You all right, neighbor?
I'm recalculating. He's a $7 million bull rider. JPMorgan.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't believe this mess. Hit me in the face. You come back down here, I swear.
Oh man, that one snaps back a little, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's got a kick, but it's sweet. I like that.
You handled it like a pro. How's the heat level right now?
It's dancing on my tongue, little fire feet, but I'm good.
Think you're ready to climb another rung? Ooh, that's got a kick.
Woo, that's fire.
It's a big step up, right?
Yeah, man. You weren't kidding.
That's the last swing, the Scorpion Blaze. You ready?
Let's give it a whirl.
All right.
Oh, that's burning. Oh, my fire in my soul right now.
All right.
It's smooth but savage. Woo, keep talking. I'm right.
So there we go, folks. That is the new Sora 2.0, and OMG, it keeps getting funnier and funnier by the second. And definitely look out because we have some things coming down the pipeline. And so we encourage you guys to stick around the fire and really understand that this AI, this fintech, right, this financial frontier, this tokenization, this blockchain, the metaverse, Web3, all of these things are immersed within one world. And we're really moving from this old digital style way of doing things, from this old 2D platform, from Facebook, from Instagram, from LinkedIn, from TikTok. I'm sorry, we've been utilizing this old viewing for the last 20 plus years, guys. Think about that. Facebook has been out for over 20 plus years. It's time for a new experience. It's time for a new way to engage. And we're here to share that with you guys, especially for you entrepreneurs that want to engage and experience and get your customers and clients immersed in a different way. And we have it through the metaverse. We have it through our Biz in a Box. We have it through our Pivot membership. If you aren't showcasing your business, you aren't talking about your business, you aren't telling people about your business, you ain't got a business. And definitely if you're on one platform and you posted last week, you posted 3 weeks ago, you haven't posted anything about your business, you continuously reposting other people's stuff, have a calendar for people to understand who you are, what you do, or don't have a calendar, or don't have a website, or have an old website that got warning labels all over it when people open it up, but yet you're telling people you're going to help them out. It's time to make a pivot. It's time to renew, retool, and restructure into your business, and stop telling other people how to do it, and you got to sit back and tell yourself how to do it. What they say, look yourself in the mirror and make sure your doorstep is clean before you tell other people. their doorstep.
Check your doorstep before telling somebody else about their doorstep.
At the end of the day, and so anything that
don't throw stones in a glass house.
That part. So, love, you got anything you want to share, or end our conversation with on this AI and tokenization? Because I know this is your bailiwick. So, what's your closing thoughts?
The closing thoughts is just to get curious, take action, understand from a strategy point of how you can or how you need to be implementing not only cryptocurrency but tokenization, how it will affect you, how it's going to affect your industry. Do a SWOT analysis on it. Doesn't mean you have to have it implemented tomorrow, but you need to understand the strategy behind it. You need to understand that regulations are coming very quickly. What will happen when regulations? I'm telling you guys, when regulations hit, it's going to be a whole new ballgame. Why? The big boys are already on the sidelines. They already have a game plan. They already know when they hit the field, we're doing X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, push, 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 go, go, go. Yeah. They already know. They are waiting on regulation. So I hate to tell you guys that as business owners, you're behind the 8 ball. You need to understand how it's going to affect you, because all of a sudden you could be, utilizing it. It could be utilizing you. You just need to understand the equation and where you fit in. That is what the message of this conversation is. Understand how it's going to affect you personally and professionally through your business, whether you are an entrepreneur, you own a large corporation, or you are an employee for a large corporation. Understand the dynamics of how and where you need to get in to fit in. Because if not, you will be blockbustered, and we will talk about you. Just kidding. But somebody will talk about the blockbuster that gets left behind because they don't make the transition. So with that said, Mr. Jones, your closing thoughts on this subject as we go ahead and bid everybody a beautiful day?
Well, hey, look, if you guys don't know, you should know that this amazing Thursday at 9 p.m., my friends, 9 p.m. this Thursday, we're going to have our amazing Getting Naked podcast. And if you don't know about our Getting Naked podcast, it is real, it is raw, it is authentic. And this is where we talk about, our amazing travels. This is where we talk about entrepreneurship, business. We talk about, our relationship, being an interracial relationship for the last 13 plus years, traveling from Colombia to Mexico to now Thailand. So if you guys want the behind the scenes, the real deal, Holyfield of what me and Tara really talk about, while we're in these closed doors in Bangkok, definitely come and join us in the metaverse, in the Hello Plaza, or we have a whole entire room dedicated to our Getting Naked podcast that you can come and join, share, showcase, tell us your story that resonates with our share, and really be a part of this. This podcast, our podcast that we continue to showcase to you guys, is a completely different experience. It's not that boring ass, go listen to my Spotify and you got to listen to somebody for 30, 40 minutes and they say something and you wish you could put your 2 cents in and you wish you could say something. We have that experience. And so we encourage you guys to press the button and come be a part of this amazing podcast. And so this podcast is called Getting Naked. And as we leave this bad boy today, we're going to play a little clip for you guys that you guys can definitely come and enjoy and see a little bit more about what our podcast is all about. So here we go.
Come with me.
With the other thing I will say about the housekeeping is it does not go blind to us that we are granted beautiful rights by being American citizens. We have the ability to have a passport that we can travel multiple countries without being asked questions because we are American citizens. We get to be able to make the United States dollar and be able to live in other countries where the cost of living is cheaper. So that does not go. It also does not go blind to the fact that we, because of us being American citizens, we get that constitutional right of freedom of speech and being able to have that freedom of thought, right? So we want to share that and express that because, we will talk today about some of the things that are going on in America that is causing people to want to leave America. And wherever you stand on that, this is not a political conversation. This is not a conversation to, upset and ruffle feathers, but we all have a viewpoint and we know that. And we respect everybody has a viewpoint. We also respect the fact that people are going to have differences of a viewpoint. But we're just sharing with you what our physical experience has been. We just want everybody to understand it does not go, we are not blind to the fact that we are granted some amazing rights being American citizens, and we do love, being a part of our country, but we also understand that there's a lot of stuff going on there that.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you guys come and join us on Thursday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time at night. We were doing it in the morning. We realized y'all didn't want to listen to us in the morning, so come on down and join us on Thursday night. Go to thehellowllc.io where you have a big button that says Getting Naked Podcast. It drops you right in there. If you want to go and listen to some of our older podcasts, you can actually go to that same Biz in a Box and listen to our older podcasts as well. Look, our Biz in a Box is more than a website. People ask us all the time, hey, how can I get this? Where can I get that? How do I find this? Go to thehellowllc.io and everything is on there, from booking an appointment to booking a discovery call, going into the metaverse, learning more about our Biz in a Box, learning how you can join our Pivot membership for $7 a month to get you over 100 videos and access to our AI. Go get our free complimentary actual AI guide if you don't want to invest in anything, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to invest, because investing gets you more stuff. And so definitely go to thehellowllc.io and you guys can get all the goodies from Tara and I. But without further ado, you guys know the drill. Love,
kindness,
integrity,
but most importantly,
commitment
and
consistency.
Until next time,
toodles!
Toodles!
Are you an innovative entrepreneur or business owner ready to embrace the future of business transformation?
The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and it's crucial to adapt and pivot towards success in this dynamic landscape. At the Hello LLC, we are dedicated to guiding you through this transformative journey, offering a comprehensive suite of services that extend beyond the metaverse and 3D immersive experiences.
Our mission is to empower businesses and brands by assisting them in building, branding, systemizing, and automating their operations. We specialize in steering businesses from a two-dimensional existence to a thriving three-dimensional presence, where opportunities abound.
We help businesses harness the power of technology to work smarter, not harder, enabling them to operate efficiently and stay ahead of the curve. Our diverse range of services includes:
our Biz in a Box is a complete business solution package designed to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey. From strategic planning to digital infrastructure, we've got you covered. Your one app, one tap solution.
Our MotionWork AI videos transform your brand storytelling with our cutting-edge AI-driven video production, captivating your audience like never before.
Our 3D VR environments will step you into the future of immersive experiences. With our custom 3D virtual reality environments that engage and captivate your customers.
Lastly, in our Pivot membership program, we offer tailored guidance and support to either show you, teach you, or take care of the transformation process for you.
According to a 2023 study by Fundera, a staggering 28% of small businesses in the United States do not have an online presence. This statistic underscores the importance of embracing digital transformation. Having a website is more than just an online presence, it's a gateway to unlocking numerous benefits, including reaching a broader audience, showcasing your products or services, generating leads and sales, establishing trust, providing customer support, and maintaining competitiveness within your industry.
The Hello LLC is committed to helping you excel in all these aspects of modern business, not just limited to the metaverse alone.
Why should you choose the Hello LLC to navigate this transformational journey?
By partnering with us and harnessing cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, reduce operational costs, and enhance brand recognition, all while working with a company that holds integrity in high regard. Our commitment to ethical and principled business practices ensures that your journey towards success is not only innovative, it is also firmly rooted in trust and transparency.
Don't wait. Take the first step towards a brighter business future. Contact us today to explore how we can support you in developing a remarkable digital presence and immersive experience that will leave a lasting impression.